You ever feel like you need to take out a second mortgage just to fuel your long runs? Maybe you pop a couple of flow gels and suddenly you've dropped more money than you did on your kid's last birthday party. And maybe you're feeling a bit betrayed because isn't sugar dead cheap? Hey, you could just get some Haribo, but maybe they're not as practical as gels. What's the solution? Well, I'm going to teach you how to make your own. Let's break it down step by step. But first, what makes this flow gel so special? Well, the clue's in the name, 300 grams of carbohydrate, where most gels are between 20 to 40 grams. It's a 2-to-1 glucose to fructose ratio, and the fact that it's a flow gel, so it's quite liquidy, makes it really easy to get down. Now, most runners think expensive equals superior, but the reality is you can make these with just these 4 cheap ingredients. The first ingredient you need is maltodextrin. This is providing the glucose and is the main carbohydrate source. I picked up 2.5 kilos from bulk powders and it was £9. The second ingredient you need, fructose. I found this on Amazon. I got 1 kilo and it was also £9. Fructose is the second energy source. It's essential to have 2 energy sources if you're having more than 60 grams of carbohydrate per hour. The third ingredient that you need is pectin. So this is the gelling agent and it's the normal gelling agent found in most jams. I found this in Waitrose and I got a packet of 24 grams for £2. The fourth ingredient is water, which you can get free from your tap, but I would recommend boiling it, as that will help with the mixture. You will need a set of digital scales and a ½ teaspoon measure. Then I want you to weigh out 100 grams of fructose and 200 grams of maltodextrin. Put those in a large bowl and mix them together. Then get your measuring scoop and make sure it's a level ½ teaspoon of pectin. Add that into the dry mixture and stir it around so it's well mixed. Then in a measuring jug, I want you to weigh out 200 grams of boiling water. Then in a separate bowl, slowly add the water to the powder, mixing together with a spoon. When it's well mixed, pour this mixture into your reusable gel sachets, maybe baby food sachets, or even a soft flask. And yes, it is that easy. Let's quickly run the numbers on pricing though. So the bit that we all really came for, the pricing. So the Precision Flow Gel, 300 grams of carbohydrate, retails at $16.99. 300 grams of carbs there. 300 grams of carbs from the homemade is £2.10. How have I come up with that number? Well, the amount of product of maltodextrin, we bought 2.5 kilos of maltodextrin and that cost me $9.99. I said £9 earlier, it's actually $9.99. 1 kg of fructose cost me £9 plus the £2 for the pectin. So all of that totals to £21. That's £21 for 2 kilos, 3 kilos. So 3 kgs has cost me £21, therefore 300 grams has cost £2.10. What's the impact of this? Well, let's say over your marathon training block, you have 10 Precision Fuel and Hydration Gel 300. So you spend £170. If you have 10 of these, you are spending £21. Therefore, you are saving £149. Over the course of your year, if you do that 4 times, hey, you're saving almost £600. If you fancy saving £600, might be worth giving this recipe a go. Pop it in the fridge for a few hours to cool down and make sure you use it within 3 to 5 days. So, is it safe? Well, safer than you might think. Simply refrigerate it and then use it within 3 to 5 days. And remember that training your gut to tolerate this higher level of carbohydrate is going to be more important than what specific brand of gel you use. And finally, make sure to practice your fueling strategy before your marathon. So imagine hitting that 20-mile mark and feeling strong instead of just wanting to crawl your way to the finish line. And knowing that your fueling didn't cost you a small fortune or sabotage your stomach or the planet in the process. So if you give this recipe a try, you've just made a massive step in mastering your nutrition instead of being a slave to it. And remember, you don't need overpriced gels to make you run well. You just need a plan that's specific to you. I'll see you in the next video.